Hi, I'm Dr. Water. I'm a doctor, the kind who keeps working adults healthy, occupational, and preventive medicine. A fan of a certain series asked me, a body that can only accept one kind of thing, nutritionally, how does that work? I get the pull of the question. A being that looks just like a human, but for whom the one thing they can eat is decisively different, imagined out. It sounds unnervingly inconvenient. So today, not the merits of the series but your body, checked against real nutrition science and metabolic physiology. The short version up front, living on one thing only, is nearly fantasy, but the machinery by which the body tries to endure starvation is startlingly real. And this is about food. Just so it's set up front. This article does not recommend any particular way of eating or of skipping meals. If anything, it's on the side of extremes are dangerous. I'm not here to judge the series. I'm here to ask, if a human body did the same thing, what would really happen? And back every medical claim with a paper. No inflating numbers. Where something's unknown, I write unknown. Eat just one thing and you'll live. That one-note diet is nutritionally full of holes. First, the series premise, in my words. A certain species is drawn as unable to accept ordinary food, able to take in only one specific thing. Here I'll swap that for a generalized question. Can you live on a single food category? Bottom line, in the human body, basically no. Human survival needs about 40 nutrients that the body can't make enough of on its own, so they have to come from food, essential amino acids, essential fatty acids, the vitamins, the essential minerals. The count shifts a little by how you tally, so it's a round number, a textbook basic not tied to one paper. Let any of these run chronically short, and the matching problems show up in turn. The trouble, no real single food supplies, all 40. That a narrow, elimination-type diet systematically lacks certain nutrients is well studied. A review using a gluten-free diet as the example reports it tends to run short on fiber, vitamin D, B12, folate, and iron, zinc, magnesium, calcium. That's how many holes open from removing one item, let alone eating only one item. Then far more holes open than stay filled. Takeaway, push even one healthy food to the limit, and the moment you make it a one-note diet, other nutrients quietly go missing. Nutrition is a surface, not a point. That's physiology's line. A little imbalance is fine. Before weight, come bleeding, swelling, infection. Vaguely unhealthy isn't a check. Let's look at representative things that actually happen through real conditions. One is vitamin C deficiency, scurvy. People think of it as an old sailor's disease, but it still occurs today with extreme selective eating or restrictive patterns. Vitamin C is a cofactor for making collagen. Short of it, pinpoint bleeding and bleeding around hair follicles can appear. And crucially, with oral repletion, improvement can be expected within days to weeks. So both a single nutrient going missing does real harm, and noticed and replete, it can come back, are true. Another is severe protein deficiency. A diet extremely short on protein, the kwashiorkor pattern, lowers blood albumin, which brings on swelling, edema, and further drops immune function and harms the gut's barrier, lowering resistance to infection. Weaker to infection comes before getting thin, an easily missed point. For reference, the consequences of undernutrition are clinically distinguished as marasmus, total energy short, and kwashiorkor, protein especially short. Takeaway, the scary part of imbalance shows up before the number on the scale, in plain forms, bleeds easily, swelling, weak to infection. Don't wait for the dramatic symptoms. Don't eat, and the body gets used to hunger and is fine. Serious, just here. Leaving the series aside, the most dangerous idea in real life is this one. So just here, I'll stop the wit. True, the body has a superb system for enduring hunger. When starvation or fasting continues, the liver makes an alternative fuel, ketone bodies, from fatty acids, and the brain, which normally runs mainly on glucose, switches, in prolonged fasting, to covering a substantial share of its energy from ketones. That's starvation adaptation. So far, the body is well made. But that's different from getting used to it and being fine. Under extreme energy restriction, resting energy expenditure drops more than the loss of body tissue can explain. Metabolic adaptation, adaptive thermogenesis. A reanalysis of the famous Minnesota starvation experiment reports this can come with anemia, edema, muscle wasting, and heavy fatigue. Not, in eco mode and comfortable. Rather, the body cutting every function to stay alive. And starting to eat suddenly, from a starved state, is itself dangerous. Return nutrition all at once to a long-starved body, and phosphate, potassium, and magnesium shift en masse into cells. Vitamin B1 is used up abruptly, and there's a risk of electrolyte disturbance and arrhythmia. Refeeding syndrome, as a review points out. Danger lives not only in the starvation, but in how you rebuild. Which is why restoring nutrition to someone who's barely eaten for a long time is a domain to be done under medical supervision, never self-styled. If you're aware right now that you're eating extremely little, or stuck able to eat only one kind of thing, that isn't a matter of willpower, it's a signal from the body. Don't carry it alone. Reach your regular doctor or a support line. That's not weakness. It's the ordinary move for protecting your body. Takeaway: the body doesn't get used to hunger, it cuts and endures. And the rebuild, eating back suddenly, is itself dangerous, so recovery from extreme fasting belongs under medical supervision, not self-styled. This is a serious line went off. Honest confession, back as a student, before a deadline, I convinced myself I could get by on rice balls alone for a few days. Did it. And by day 3 earned a full course of mouth ulcers and head rushes. Nutrition can't be substituted with willpower, a lesson learned in the body. Don't copy it. A species that can eat only one thing, blending into human society. If the whole body is a different spec, it actually holds up. Here's the question at the core of the series' appeal. In my words, a being that looks no different from a human, but for whom the one thing they can eat is decisively different, living while hiding what they are. Is there medical reality in it? From the nutrition side, what I can say is, if that one item contains all the needed nutrients, it holds up in theory. In nature, there really are animals extremely specialized to a specific food. The human body, conversely, is designed to fill the surface by being omnivorous, so on a single food the holes open as above. So one thing only, with a human body is hard. But a body in which that one item contains all 40 essential nutrients and can digest and absorb them, then the nutritional contradiction disappears. So the series premise, read as a creature whose digestion, absorption, and metabolism are on a wholly different spec, actually holds up nutritionally. Viewed as the inverse of human malnutrition, it throws into relief how special a design a body complete on one thing would be. The series, to a nutrition scientist, hits a surprisingly thought-provoking line. Takeaway: what you can eat is one with that creature's design for digestion, absorption, metabolism. Humans being omnivores isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Living on one thing only doesn't hold in a human body. Nutrition isn't a single breakthrough point. It's the work of filling about 40 items across a surface. And the body endures hunger astonishingly well. But that's not used to it and fine. It's cutting and enduring. Rebuild included, extremes are dangerous. So today's one line: less, what and how much to cut out. More, what's quietly going missing. Before the dramatic symptoms come the plain deficiencies. That's the danger of nutrition and its fascination. Manga is a doorway into the wonder of the human body. And a real body is far more precise and far more interesting than you'd think. See you at the next checkup. Thanks for watching. I'm Dr. Water. Subscribe for the next body check, and I'll see you at the next appointment.